Yeah, it's fine if you can't get the camera to work.
Yeah, it took me so long to get this up.
Wow, what was wrong with it?
It didn't say like I had to uninstall it and everything and a bunch of other different stuff to get it to work.
Oh shit, what are you on right now? Your iPad or computer?
My phone,
Oh, your phone.
yeah, and that took forever to get, so just kind of had to run with it.
So yeah, because I think with the old meeting something wasn't working properly. I think I don't know, but I made a new one and now we're here. So thankful to have you
Yeah.
on.
Oh no, I appreciate you having me. And plus, like with the other one, you said it took me to the wrong one. I kept getting to other meeting numbers.
Yeah, you kept on going into the other meetings, is what I saw. You screenshot it and it was like the wrong meeting ID or something like that. So I
Yeah,
sent you
still
the
don't know
new
why
one.
it's the same thing.
So I'm gonna start off this episode by saying, "Welcome to the Ghetto podcast." I'm so glad to have you on this podcast. Why don't you introduce yourself to my audience?
My name is Cervon Campbell. I make music, and that's pretty much it. I don't really do a whole lot else.
You don't have any other like side hustles. You just mainly just do music.
Well, I used to do stand up and little other stuff, but music has kind of been my focus for a little while now. My
How
main
come?
focus.
How come you stopped doing stand up?
I started with stand up. I was doing really good with stand up, and I got to a venue that wanted me to kind of like clean it up. Like they gave me like 5 minutes before I was finna go on set, and I was finna open for somebody really well known, and they told me last minute, hey, you can't do jokes about this, this, this. And that was
Oh,
like all the material I had. So like I did good for like the first 7 minutes and then I bombed really bad. So after that, I kind of just said like I'll come back to it when I can kind of be ready for stuff like that. And I feel like I am now. Like I didn't set it up to kind of get ready and like have, better material for just any situation. But then like with COVID and everything and me trying to focus on music, I just haven't really jumped back out yet.
of course. How has COVID affected you, like with music and everything?
COVID really was like a really big blessing actually, because with me and my music, I was already really remote. Like I was doing everything over like online, doing a lot of networking that way. So I was a lot more ahead of the curve. So when everybody came to my field, like because COVID happened, they didn't have
Yeah,
their venues and they got on Instagram and stuff like that. Then I kind of was in attack mode. And I just jumped on a lot of opportunity that way.
yeah, you had a head start and everything.
Yeah, so it was kind of a blessing a little bit.
Yeah, it really wasn't a blessing for me, even though I started this podcast this year. Just COVID and everything with school and all that shit just was very tough.
Yeah, like I have seen it be really bad with a lot of people, like especially like healthcare workers. Like a lot of people have had it really bad. That's why I've always said like I hate how good I had it during COVID, because like even like I had COVID and I got shut down for a little while, but I still like I got a lot of connections that I don't think I would have gotten otherwise. So like one of my favorite artists, Spose, and this guy from Hall and Notes,
Yeah.
I got really close with them just from online networking.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed with all of this like shit. Even with this podcast, I'm getting like connections and connections with like bigger, like getting bigger and bigger, if that makes sense in a way, which is crazy, which I never like really expected it. But
Mm,
at the same time, it's actually happening in real life, which it feels like a dream in a way.
yeah, and it's a really good feeling. It's I'm still trying to get a lot of it grounded. So like all the opportunities that I got, I kind of like sped past. I'm like, oh yeah, I got this, and now it's kind of time I need to jump back on it and really take advantage of it.
Yeah, of course. Always stay consistent and all that shit.
I that's my biggest problem.
Oh, that is.
Yeah,
Why is that?
I'll do well for a while and then I'll take a break.
Why? Just don't have motivation?
Well, I'll I don't know. It's putting money into it, putting time into it, and then wanting to have like a personal life. So like, I put out a bunch of songs earlier this year, and then Hobo Johnson started a label, and he sponsored me to do an album. So all the songs that I had earlier this year, I really liked them, and I got to take my time and really kind of really develop them. So then when it come time, like okay, Hobo's like, hey, I need an album from you, and I need it ASAP. he didn't really say like a specific time frame, but I really wanted to, like, I kind of rushed myself, so I didn't get the quality of songs that I wanted. So now I
Mm,
kind of have to slow myself down because I gotta perfect these songs and kind of get something worth it. Because if like, because I feel like I got a good fan base now, but with getting introduced from people from his side, with him sponsoring me, I feel like I have to come correct if I'm gonna have an album. So I want to get songs that I know like will be a good introduction to me, and I don't want to have too many songs and not have enough songs, and then just have
of
or
course.
just have songs I just threw together. So it's like a lot of work into it. So I kind of didn't get a chance to be as active as I wanted to be because I'm really trying to hit every detail with it.
Yeah, I understand what you're trying to say. And also like the biggest challenge I feel like with like anything music, podcasts or stuff like this is just your personal life and this. It's just like the biggest challenge in my opinion. Like that you gotta like not overcome, but like you gotta like make time for both in a way.
Exactly, because like I have a girlfriend and we're both like crazy,
Same here.
crazy clingy. So we're always together and we're always trying to do activities. We're trying not to be bored. So I don't want to like start working on music and she's here and I'm not giving her no attention.
Yeah, that's exactly with me, like with this podcast and everything. Like I know I keep on bringing this podcast shit up about me, but like
No, go for it. You're good.
but like I have a girlfriend for maybe how long? Maybe like a year. And like we basically see each other like in the summer because we're still in school, in high school. So in the summer we saw each other almost like every single day. And come school and I have this and I have a lot of homework, she has soccer and all this shit, like it's very busy and we barely get to see each other, not even on the weekends as well, because I have work. And I think this weekend, this Friday and Saturday is probably the only time I'm gonna get to see her, maybe like 2 to 3 weeks, just because I have work and we're busy during the week and all this shit. It's just tough and tying in with this podcast. And like the last week, it's been hard just to find people to get on this podcast because I don't know, it's just been very hard recently.
No, I understand. And I think that really helps relationships too, because when you get that kind of like pressure on it, you have to start getting creative. So like my girlfriend, she works, she goes to school, and then I'm out doing all kind of stuff with music or just like a bunch of free time where I'm just really busy. So with our schedules constantly changing, the fun and creativity of it is trying to figure out what we're gonna do with the time that we get to spend with each other. So we might like go axe throwing or we might just sit in bed and not do anything. Like today, we spent like a long time just watching like DC cartoons. So like just
That's what's
any
up.
and everything you can do.
Yeah. So always, you just gotta be creative with it. Yeah, like you said, just be creative with it and just think of new ideas constantly, just like so you don't get bored and do the same shit every time you guys see each other.
Yeah, because plus like my girlfriend is one of those people like she looks better than me. So like I have to constantly try to work extra hard to make sure that I can kind of stay up there on that level.
Mm.
I was one of those ugly guys that got lucky, so I gotta really like fight for attention. Cause she has like
Oh, I know. I think I know
it's a
what you're
cool
trying to say.
thing where it's like, other guys like her and they comment and stuff like that. And that's cool. That doesn't like
Phase you.
threaten me or throw me off. But at the same time, it's like, okay, I see your options out here. Let me try to make sure I'm ahead of the game with that too.
Yeah, I understand that. That's exactly the same with me. Like the thing though, like in my school, I just became a junior this year, and all the people that like my girlfriend are all like the fucking weirdos in my grade, like the complete fucking weirdos. And then
Yeah.
they're like, when I say like they're like attached with not even being like talking or like dating her because she's with me. Like it's crazy how much they actually follow her and all that. It's weird. It's just
Yeah, like
weird.
I do this thing where I don't want the wrong kind of attention. And I don't want like a bunch of weird people like just DMing her and stuff. So like I post her. But like I don't always post her face, and if I do post her, like I think I've posted her face once on like my
Mm.
actual post. On my story, I might here and there, but I don't tag her because I don't want people going to her page because I know who my fan base is, kind of sort of. I have a good idea of who listens to my music and who follows me. So I don't want strangers messaging her or anything like that because I've had that in the past with other exes. And not saying like I'm like this big, like I'm nobody at all, but I know who does follow me. So I try to keep her away from a lot of stuff like that.
Because yeah, I understand what you're trying to say. Because never know what can happen. Like what happened in the past with like all that shit.
Exactly, because she does cosmetology, so her location is out there, like where she works, where she be at, it's out there. So I don't want like, some creepy dude that's like trying to talk to her or see her and they can come from my page to her page, see where she's at, or people like, because I have a lot of the more I do, the more active that I am, the more I get these kind of people who just they demand and feel entitled that I have to be like helping them or working with them. And it's
Mm.
even people from like my hometown, people I know and stuff like that. So I just don't want like them kind of trying to bombard her. It's a lot of little weird stuff like that.
Yeah, and I completely understand what you're trying to say. Like that, just never know because especially with all these killings and shit that like in the past
Exactly.
month, I feel like I've probably saw like because I have in class in school, I have this class it's like criminal justice, and I have to look up on the fucking news every day and like seeing what like events happen, and all I'm seeing is killing, 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 shooting, shooting. It's crazy. So you never know which weirdo can actually do some shit like that.
And like me, I am so far from overprotective. Like I'm not that guy that's like, you can't wear
Yeah,
this, you
same
can't do
here.
that. I
Yeah.
am so okay with her being herself because we have a really good understanding and rapport. But like I do feel like we have each other's location turned on because she's a really small girl, like she's 5 feet, and I just worry about her in the sense of somebody like bothering her or like me not knowing where she's at, a wreck or anything like that could happen. So like I keep her location on, not like I'm just monitoring. I need to know where you at, but just because I'm worried to death and I need to know you're okay.
Yeah, that's actually the same with my girlfriend. She's 5'1" only and like 105 pounds. So she's like very like just like skinny and just not like it's bad. Like you never
Yeah, and
know
I
like
hate
if
to say
she's
an
walking by
easy
herself.
target, but it's times are so crazy right now.
Yeah, it's just crazy, especially the modern day society. It's just insane compared to like the 90s, 80s, and all that time periods.
It's so hard to feel safe now. Like I used to live in like the middle of nowhere, like I lived in the middle of nowhere, then you had to turn and go deeper down. So we were like so isolated. So and then when I did live around like a lot of people, it was like all family. So I've always come from a background of we don't have to lock our doors. So now living in a more populated area, it's crazy how you have to lock your doors. You have to be aware of your surroundings and stuff.
Yeah, you have to lock your doors uh if you don't mind me asking, where are you from? Like right now, like where are you from?
I still stay in my hometown. I moved, but like it's simple here, and I can't find nowhere else I'm comfortable with. So I still stay in like South Carolina.
South Carolina. How's that over there?
Um,
Because I've been there
I
many
think
times.
it's okay. I love it here. The only reason I be wanting to move is because I'm still pretty much in my hometown. So I see a lot of people from school. So after a
Mm,
while, when you leave school, like, and I feel like you'll really understand this once you graduate. Once you leave school, you never want to see those people ever again.
I completely understand what you're saying
Yeah,
because you've seen them for like a lot of times because you went to the probably went to the same middle school and the same high school. So
yeah.
that's middle
And
school's
then all
three
of us went to
years
the same
plus high
college
school.
too.
Yeah.
So it's just like you get so tired of them. And then not even that you're tired of them, it's so once you leave high school, like you or even college, mainly when you're going to college, so that period leaving high school, you are so used to the customs of your hometown and the town and the people you're around. The girls all look the same, everything, nothing is new to you. So once you leave and you get some experience, some culture somewhere else, even if it's like a town over or a state over, just anywhere, people do stuff so much different. So that newness is so refreshing. It helps
It
scope
is.
you and it teaches you a lot of stuff.
Like like meeting new people I just love it so much more than constantly seeing the same people every single day because with the new like meeting a new person you could talk about anything you really want. You could get to know them a lot more, especially girl wise. It's so much better than seeing the same girls for like 4 years straight. So
Exactly. And then with I always said this with girls that I dated or have been around, when they ask like what's my type, I don't necessarily have a type, but I do go for like a vibe because I know with like my last girlfriend, when we first started dating, my thought with her was she was like an outdoorsy type. So I knew like she was finna to show me stuff that I haven't done before, like horseback riding or camping and fishing,
Mm,
stuff like that that I've never necessarily have done. I got more experience into that, and I thought that was cool. That was an attractive part of her. So now with my girlfriend now, Kay, she skateboard, and I used to skateboard a long time ago, but now like we're skating more, and she does hair, and like my last girl did hair, but it's like the difference and the new stuff that she can teach me that can help develop my character or show me stuff that I like to do.
of
I
course.
always like fish for that. That's what I like. So it's all the new stuff is always a lot better.
And also certain like different cultures and everything like that. Like different girls have different cultures and backgrounds.
Yeah, because Kate, my girlfriend now is Filipino, and their food and the way they eat their food is a lot different than what I'm used to. So that was refreshing. That was new.
What type of food does Filipinos have?
Well, like they have their own culture of food, like adobo and all kind of stuff like
Uh,
that. But the thing they do that's like so new that was just that really threw me off is they have like a buffet out at all times of the day. So like anytime I'm over there, they're either ordering food or cooking food. So when you come in, there's like a big old buffet looking thing on the counter, and you can just pick up what you want, grab a plate, and you can just be eating at all times of the day. So like every time I'm over there or around them, I'm
oh,
always eating, and it's always good food. So like I've gotten fat. Kay and her family, I guess they're just so used to it where they don't grow. But I've gained so much weight in this relationship.
yeah, I would too, man. I'd probably gain like 50 to 100 pounds in a year. Oh,
Yeah, I was getting so mad just last night because yesterday we ate before we left, and then we walked around downtown area, and then we came back, and they were like trying to get more food and get mad at me because I couldn't handle more food. I was still full from the last time we ate.
how tall are you?
I'm 5'9". I'm average.
Oh, yeah, your average height. Yeah. Dang. So
I
that,
say average when everybody else is like 6 feet or taller, but I feel average.
yeah, I'm 6'3". That's
Yeah. You know
yeah.
what? I wouldn't even want to be that tall. I have no need for it.
I don't know. I like being this tall in a way, but at the same time, just shopping for pants and everything like that is just a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I can imagine. Do you play like basketball in the sports?
I get that question all the time. No, I don't play basketball at all. I
Yeah,
do play soccer.
that's the usual thing for somebody that height.
Yeah, I do play soccer though.
Soccer was like the one thing I couldn't play because I just could not. I was out of breath too much. Like I played every sport but soccer.
Oh yeah, I understand what you're saying. My stamina, because COVID and everything, got fucking affected so hard that like my stamina is complete shit. It's brutal.
I just even before COVID, I had nothing going on. Like I have asthma, but it's sports induced. But like I can still run around and play, football and stuff like that. But like with football, we stopped for a second.
Mm.
Soccer, they were running the entire
Now
time.
you're
So
constantly going back and forth, back and forth.
yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I like a lot of people tell me either if I put on a good amount of muscle, you should play football, or you should play basketball. I'm like, I'm a junior. If I started that when I was a kid, maybe then I could probably like
Well,
pursue
no, this
that
is
a
the
little.
best time because, like, if you play soccer, you're like a shoe in to get on the football team and be a kicker, and you don't have to do anything. You're not
Oh
getting
yeah,
hit. You're not doing anything at all. Just kicking.
I know somebody like that. Somebody that was on my team back in middle school. We had like a little travel team, and now he's the kicker for the high school team. But my high school kind of sucks in football, so yeah.
My high school, they took football. They took every sport very seriously. So, like football and basketball, we were undefeated. My entire high school run, we was undefeated. But it's just because like we worked every day, weekends. Like we had morning practice before school. After school we
Ooh,
had practice, and like we got out of school at like what 4 o'clock, and we had practice till 9, and then we had practice on Saturday and Sunday. The only way you would get out of practice on Sunday is if you went to church, but if you didn't, you had to be at practice.
holy, that's brutal. I can never do that. I'm gonna be honest. Never
Yeah.
in a million years am I doing that.
So like we didn't take breaks. So like even though like when the football season ended, you were expected to either play another sport or you had to still be going to workouts. Like we had regular workouts even outside of the football season. So you had to stay active.
So basically, 365 days of the year, you're constantly doing something related to football.
You're doing something, you're working out, you're doing something to keep your body in shape.
Damn. And also, the most shitty part is you do all that, you're gonna be in fit and everything, but if you don't get that scholarship to college and everything, like I feel like, in my opinion, you wasted 4 years of your life.
You do, and like a lot of like we had a few guys to get picked up, and like I went to school and like I got a scholarship for something outside of football. So like I quit football at the beginning, like in the middle of my senior season. So like the moment I found out like I got a scholarship, I quit. I had no point. I had nothing else I wanted to do. All
Yeah.
I wanted was something to pay for school. I quit. Didn't have no need for it.
What school were you going to?
It's called Hillcrest. It is the
Really?
weirdest prep school around here.
Oh shit. Yeah, I probably never heard of that shit in my life. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest.
it's very basic. It's not. It's nothing special.
It's very preppy.
Yeah, it's like it's a mixture of all kind of people, but it's mainly prep.
I tell you, I always gotta love that about private schools. That's in my
It's
area.
not a
That's what I feel.
it's public. It's just like it's a
Oh, it's
very
public.
preppy school because it's like it's in the middle where it's like the poor kind of the lower class kids, and then like it's either poor class or like really rich. So it was kind of like a
Oh,
mixture there.
yeah, I know what
So
you're
like
saying.
everybody dressed preppy, like basic, nothing
Mm.
like crazy.
So let me ask you this: how do you pronounce your name? So I don't
Cervon.
Cervon.
Yeah.
I make sure because I don't want to butcher that and then just sound like a complete idiot.
No, I get it butchered all the time. I'm so used to it. It's fine.
How do people say it?
I get Cervon, Cervan. My ex, her dad, he used to call me gas station because he kept saying Chevron, and then he just started saying gas station because that's the gas station down here. So like,
I,
I've heard it so many different ways.
I'll be honest. I feel like in my mind I was saying it right. I was saying Cervon, but I don't know how people say Cervan or something. I don't know where the A is in your name. Like, how do we?
I get confused by it all the time. I get Chevron, like people just C
Where's
to
the
C.
H?
Exactly. Like I get it so many different ways all the time. I had one show like 2 years ago, and the guy kept saying he didn't know how to say it, so he kept saying my Instagram name. So when he like put up the flyers and stuff like that, and then like put up my name,
Yeah.
he put my Instagram name because that's what he was telling people. So I got there, and I hate my Instagram name with a passion. I got there and I'm instantly mad. I thought he was trying to be funny, but he was like, it was an accident because he just kept saying that to get away from messing up my real name. I was like, I'd rather you have messed up my real name.
Hey, isn't your name on Instagram Cervon Campbell though?
No, like, my username is Sex
Oh,
Monkey Limo
sex
Driver.
monkey. That's what they were calling you.
Yeah,
Oh, that must be
and
like shit.
I hate it so much. I hate it so much.
How old were you when you made that username?
I was 13. I
Yeah, I
was
could
about
say.
13. I was in the seventh grade.
Yeah, I was about to say if you made that recent, like I was wanting to know what you thinking, but you made it
I
when you were
was in
seventh
the
grade.
seventh grade, and I had made it. I didn't take Instagram serious. Then when I started making music and started to take it serious, I got verified. And the moment I got verified, I was like, well, let me change it. And they have not let me change it since.
Oh, that's a pain in the ass because once people
Yeah.
click on that, they see sex monkey limo driver. I think it's called, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll be trying to be like more professional now and talk to people like, more like educated, seeming like I'm mature. But
Until they see that username.
you know,
So, Savron, let me ask you this question: what inspired you to become a rapper?
I was doing stand up and I started feeling like, hey, I might have these mental health problems. And I would like tell jokes about it, but at the same time, I didn't feel like I was getting any help from it. But I
Mm.
wanted to kind of like vent. So I started like kind of dabbling in like poetry and writing. And I just kind of like dove into music. I gave it a try, and I wrote a song for somebody, and I kind of like sung it out. Like I recorded it to show them how I imagined it to sound, and it came out pretty okay. So I just kind of dabbled in it until it got kind of serious, and then I just stuck to it.
Then you pursued it from there.
Yeah, and it's done pretty well. So I just kind of every time I feel like giving up, something kind of goes well enough for me to stick to it.
I understand. How long have you been doing music for as well?
Maybe like 8 years now.
Shit. Damn.
Yeah,
That's like half my life. Fucking hell. I'm
yeah.
only 16.
I'm fucking old.
How old are you? 25?
I'm 24. I just turned
Fuck, almost got it.
24.
Shit.
Yeah, you're a lot better than most because the last podcast I did, or like jobs that I've worked in the past, everywhere I go, they always think I'm like 30, and I'm like, damn,
Damn.
I'm not that old. I
Do I
swear,
look
I
that
feel
old?
like I don't look that old.
No, I don't. I feel like when I saw what you looked like, you knew like you looked like you were in your 20s.
Yeah, well, you was close. I'll be okay. I'm okay with 25 and shit. Like I am about to hit 25,
When's your birthday?
September 26th.
Oh shit, it just passed. You just
Yeah,
turned.
I'm freshly 24, and it's
Oh,
so weird. Because, like my birthday, somebody asked me how old I was, and I was ready to say like 22 or 23, and it was like, ah, damn, you get old so fast.
yeah, that's actually facts. I remember like when I was in middle school and I missed those days, but now I'm already a junior in high school and basically in a year and a half, 2 years, I'm gonna be in college.
Yeah, and it's like I miss like high school. Like, a lot of people I know they don't miss high school, and I don't really miss high school. But like I enjoyed high school more than I feel like a lot of people I know did. And like I even taught high school. Like that was my job. Like that's what I went to school for. That's what my degree is in. Like I was ready. Like I loved high school. I wanted to teach it.
Well, what subject? Or just
Social studies. My degree is in world
social
history.
stuff? Oh, well, oh, yeah, I don't not like history at all.
Most people. That's why I loved it so much because it's like it was the easiest
No, it is
subject.
easy. No, it's easy as fuck.
Cause
Like,
like I had fun teaching it because you can play games like like you have that teacher that plays like Jeopardy or some shit like that.
oh yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
It was a lot of outlets stuff you could do to teach it and make it fun other than some guy just like telling you facts and telling you to write it down and memorize it.
Well, you see, well, this year I have a history teacher that literally does the same exact shit you just mentioned. Like, he all he does is he'll give you probably like two worksheets for the day. Then you gotta read in this book, and then you gotta like write down a bunch of fucking notes. It's just insane. I'm just like, yeah, this is not the way I'm trying to learn history. I'm actually trying to learn it through like other ways.
I feel like me as a teacher, I feel like I was light because I was so simple. I did not give homework. If you finished it in class, you didn't have homework. And we really didn't have like worksheets and like well, we had worksheets, but it was just follow along. Like we would play a game and you find the answer while we're going. Or we would like have conversations. Like I remember we would talk about like we was talking about like One Direction and I was tying One Direction into whatever it was the subject was. And we were just making it, easier to remember and stuff like that. And I had like I don't care if you're on your phone, do what you do. Just if you pass it, I really don't care. But I would roast kids. I was cussing. I felt like I was just a student that was teaching them what was going on.
See, I like those type of
No care.
teachers because I've had one like a teacher like that, and I have him this year. He's teaches sports and nutrition, and it's just like I feel like it's funnier and it makes the class go by faster and makes it more enjoyable and makes like the lesson that he's trying to like portray to us more easier and like we understand it a lot more.
Yeah, the best teachers are the teachers that don't really care what you're doing as long as you're getting your work done. They want to have fun. They want to get the day going. I think
Yeah,
those
and
are the
then
best.
and they also understand what it's like to be a student.
Exactly, because a teacher, like when I was teaching, they like people over me, like administration, they will have all these different things come in and expect you to just put so much work on the kids. But if I'm putting so much work on a student, then he has other like seven other classes where other teachers are putting so much on. That kid can't have no personal life, can't play sports, can't do nothing because they got so much work to do. It wasn't that deep to
Yeah.
me. And then like a
Also,
lot of stuff you learn in high school, it get debunked as soon as you get to college.
oh yeah, that's of course like science. I feel like if you're not going for like anything for a science degree or major or anything like that, science is
It does
useless.
not matter.
History, if you're trying to go for history, then it's useful. But other than that, history is useless in college. Um,
It's a few things that like like I would say social studies matter only because I'm really good with like trial and error. So like if you like you study history, like me knowing history, I see a lot of things that didn't work in the past, and I feel like you can try to make it work now. That was good, but it's not like something needed.
no,
Um,
yeah, of course.
I had what was it, Gov and Econ? I think that was a needed class.
Yeah, like I have a marketing class that I feel like, in my opinion, that's needed just for later in life.
Yeah, stuff like
Um,
that. It's certain classes that are needed. Math, once you get to a certain point, math is not needed.
oh yeah, no, of course. I feel like I don't know which level. Which level do you think of math needs to be needed, and then like from there on, it's not needed anymore?
I
Like,
would say maybe ninth grade, because I think ninth grade is when they start algebra and geometry,
yeah,
geometry and
geography.
algebra. Those two are needed. Other than
Yeah,
that, I don't see myself doing no like maybe problem statistics. Problem stats is probably needed. That's needed.
yeah.
Not needed. It's like it's wanted. Like it's a good thing to have, but it's not needed.
I feel like English class that's needed until either ninth or 10th grade. After that, it's in my opinion, I don't feel like it's needed
The
because
reason I would say English is needed the whole time is because you lose stuff. Because like me, I'm dyslexic. So like if I'm not reading on a regular basis, I'll kind of like not like forget how to read, but like the methods that help me read,
yeah, you
I'll
fuck up
kind of
words a
like
lot.
slip. Yeah. So
Yeah, I
like
understand.
when I'm texting, I always mess up my threes and my E's and little stuff like that. And I think,
Uh,
when you have that regular practice, so like now I'm reading a lot more. I don't make those kind of mistakes as much.
well, for
Like,
that, then
I
yeah,
write
yeah.
letters and stuff like that because I have to write letters like or emails, but I have to make them look professional. I have to do that like multiple times a day.
Oh, yeah,
Being
that's always the
reviewing
tricky
stuff,
part.
that's always good. So like you
Yeah,
get a book and you like do a summary, that's always good to have.
of course. Let me ask you this question: what's your favorite artist and why?
Um, of all time, if I say all time, I'm probably gonna say like Andre 3000 or Eminem, and it's because I felt like they were very, very good lyrically.
Mhm.
Where like Andre 3000 would tell you exactly how he was feeling, but he wouldn't tell you it specifically.
Mm,
Like he was really good with metaphors and like talking about it without actually diving in and being specific. So like how a lot of artists now are just like, I want to die. I'm off these pills.
oh
This,
yeah,
that, and
yeah,
this.
yeah,
And they're so
drugs,
specific.
yeah, all that
He
shit.
doesn't say that. He might hint at it, but it'll be like go over your head. Cause like now a lot of people are listening to that song Hey Ya, and it's like
Uh,
a lot darker than people paid attention to, but they're just now catching on to it. So I think that
mm,
was great. But like now recent times, probably like Vince Staples. I think I listen to him the most now.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know who that is.
He's like he's not a part of Odd Future, but he's like really close to him, like Tyler
Uh,
Creator and all
yeah,
them. He's
yeah,
really
yeah.
close to them.
All right, that makes a lot more sense now.
And I
Uh,
like I feel like he don't take himself as serious as like a lot of rappers do.
I got a very serious question for you right now. Which
Okay.
album do you like better, CLB or Donda?
Donda.
God damn it.
Donda
Why?
is like CLB is it's like a a fun album to listen to and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
cool. It has like a few cool songs. Like I only listen to like a few of those songs still, but Donda is like an experience. I feel like you really are locked in when you listen to that whole album. I feel like it was more of a feeling and an experience, and like I feel like it has more songs that are still relevant because like I still listen to Jail multiple times a day, and like it's a
Of
few
course.
songs from it that like I can listen to on a regular basis. The production is a lot better.
I feel like that's what both albums where you could listen to get like each song for a while, but at the same time, I like CLB better. But with Donda, like you know how there was like a live stream and everything of like the performance and all that.
Yeah.
I feel like I like that the most about that album and of like the dropping of the album. I don't really like the album itself, but I like the show that he put on for the album.
I agree. That's what I like about it. I think Donda is a great album to listen all the way through. CLB was kind of like a really good playlist.
Yeah. Some of the songs make a good playlist, I feel like is what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
CLB as a whole was like a collection of different stuff. Like I don't feel like it really like told a story.
Of course,
I feel
yeah.
like yeah, I like a storytelling album. If like when like I don't know, I'm weird with that. Like I feel like Donda was like a really good,
No, it actually
you know,
was. It was a
storyline.
storytelling actually because some of the lyrics and all that it was talking about when he was in jail and then, like religious and all that. So
Yeah.
Donda is pretty storytelling in a way.
And plus I was one of the few that got the Kanye follow on Instagram. So like I gotta
How?
ride for Kanye regardless.
How did you get the follow?
It was like a whole thing, like, you know, doing a black profile picture and stuff like that. He
Uh
followed me.
damn. That's I feel like is that lucky or is that just like coincidence?
It's kind of a bit of both because it's like he has like a million people that was trying to do it. Because like when I did it, he followed me like within like 5 minutes. So it wasn't like nothing. It was special, but it wasn't special
Mm.
because from that I got like a whole like 1,000 followers within the first like day, and
Oh
it's all
shit.
people coming from his page. So he has like a million people, and he only followed like 1,000 something, like I think it was like 1,700. So it's like it's kind of luck, it's kind of special, but
It's
also
almost
not
like the
really.
lottery.
Yeah.
I understand what you're trying to say. So, what are your goals for like rapping in like the future and all that? What are your goals?
Um, Hopefully music works well enough where I don't have to do it for too much longer because I feel like I'm no Drake where I can just constantly put out good songs. I feel like my number of good songs is coming to an end, so hopefully this will work before I get there. And I want to switch over. I want to start doing stand up and like writing. I'd
Uh,
rather be like writing movies and acting movies than be on this side of entertainment.
See, that's what I like. I'm doing this podcast, and I also for like college and everything. I'm trying to be a filmer, like a director and all that. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
that's what
trying to do. I just personally love filming and all that shit, so I just find this very interesting. And with this, I just meet new people in like those certain industries and all that, and find connections, and I just meet all different people. So
yeah, building up connections is like the best thing ever
it's key. It's literally
because
key.
it might not you might not need it right now, but at some point it always comes up.
Yeah, because literally, my first ever interview with my first ever guest. If I ever need equipment for this podcast or anything filming was, like, he literally send it to me like in like a heartbeat. Like that's how like close I got with him, and that's the connection I made with him. And if I were never to do this, I probably would have never met him ever in my life, and never would have had that thing to where like if I need equipment, he's gonna send it to me.
Yeah, it always comes in handy. I gotta do better with that. Like I want to film, I want to do stuff like that, but I can't. I don't like being in front of the camera anymore. Like I want to at some point get into acting, but of
Mm.
right now I don't have the confidence level to be in front of the camera. That's why I don't do music videos and stuff.
I feel like I like being in front of the camera, and I like both. I like it's like a 50-50 for me. I like behind and in front of the camera.
I like it if I'm on point, but I feel like I've been really letting myself go and I done got fat, so I'm not like 100% like I want to be seen right now. I got to get myself back in order first.
I mean, also, but also gotta have a little confidence. It goes a little bit in a way. You know what I'm
I
saying?
have absolutely no confidence.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just kind of I feel like I know my strengths and weaknesses, and with that, like I'm not like I've gained a lot. Like my followers, it's a lot, and it's nothing with that. It's just a lot of people that I look up to follow me on Instagram. So I don't like posting myself or posting wild stuff because I'm scared I'll lose that follow. So I just try not.
Um,
I just don't do a whole lot with it.
you feel like you're gonna lose like what's it called? Fuck. Do you feel like they're gonna judge you or something like that?
Yeah, because like
I
my
completely
favorite
understand.
singer is Labyrinth, and he follows me on Instagram. So now that he follows me on Instagram, I want him to forget he does, so he doesn't see me and go, "Oh, let me unfollow this guy."
Oh yeah, I know what you're trying to say. Like if you fuck up or you do like a dumb post or something like that, he's gonna probably unfollow or
Yeah,
have that. Understand what you're trying to come from. Yeah, I've had that a little while ago with like social media and all that shit. But now I learned to not give a fuck. If it happens, it happens. I build up from that experience and I try to be the top person to where like, oh shit, he's the top person. Let me try to hit him with the follow again. And then
Yeah,
they
I say that all the time. All the time I say people who don't care what other people think are so dangerous because nothing is stopping you. I feel like the fact that I do care what people think, I am so hindered. I'm so held back. So it's something I really do need to work on.
Yeah, because if you stop caring what other people think, nothing's gonna really like let or bring you down. It's either like with me, I always take it as motivation. If somebody's just gonna hate and stuff, I just take it as motivation to be the best I can be. And also, if somebody also tries to bring me down, I'm just like, all right, what are you to me? How do you benefit me? Like, you don't benefit me at all. So I'm just not gonna give a fuck.
That's how I am with like friends. Like I'm not like I have people I'm cool with. I have a few people who like if I want to go do something with, I might can invite them. But for the most part, I don't hang out with people. Like I'm to myself or with my girlfriend, not 100% of the time. Like I am constantly isolated because I feel like if you're not helping me, you're really against me. Not even in a negative way, but like if
No, yeah,
like I have a goal. I have a goal to make music, so I want people to listen to my music.
I
And
have a
it's so
goal as well.
simple where it's like you can share it or you can like it or just listen to it. And if you're not like helping me in any way, then I don't cause you can't be a friend because you know I have a goal. So if you're not helping me, then I don't really need you around.
Yeah, what's the point of you being around unless you're supportive or helping?
Exactly. And it sounds bad, I feel like, but at the same time, I really want to do this with my life. So, if you're not helping, I don't have time for distractions.
Of course, man. Of course.
Like I said, I'm getting old.
You're not even that old, man. I'm gonna be honest, you're not that old.
Yeah.
I know I shouldn't be talking, but like you're not old.
Well, I appreciate it.
Like you really think about it, if you just look above that, people are like above you, they're like good amount of people are 30s and shit like that. So you're not old. That are
But also,
like
like this
Drake and Kanye, I know that.
TikTok in society now kind of like puts a big rush on like growing up and making it and stuff like that. Cause like you have people like I got asked to open for Little Pump a month ago. So it was kind of like I'm way older than this dude. I feel like I can't. It's just weird.
Yeah.
So it's little stuff like that that gets to me.
I haven't heard that name in a while, Lil Pump.
I know, and he
Dude, I haven't heard that name in a minute.
when they asked me, I was kind of like, one,
Still,
I question like, yo, is he relevant enough for me to do that? Two, I'm older than him, and three, we make completely different music.
yeah,
Like
like
our music is like very different. So I had to say no because I feel like it was asking for problems.
I mean, you really think about it, he's probably put out songs recently and they probably haven't done any views. So that just says a lot that he's really not relevant anymore.
Oh yeah, like I have like little flexes that I can use because like him I did like he has millions of followers, but his last project I did better than. And then like the dude Quando Rondo, he's
Uh,
like really well known, and I outsold him. Like our albums came out around the same time, and like I
shit.
did better than he did. And it's weird, but like it feels good, but at the same time, it's not that big of a flex.
Nah, it's a flex in a way. Because like if you really put it, like at one point or like at a point, they're like big. And
Exactly.
you're in the middle, I feel like. You're like getting there to be big in a way. Like no disrespect or anything. You're in the middle, about to
I
be
appreciate
big.
it because I don't even see myself there. Like I'm still like
You have
I'm still working to get a foot in the door.
well, think about it. You're almost at 50,000 followers. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
almost at 50,000 followers on Instagram. That is that's already like how that's like above like most of the people on Instagram. Like me, I got jack shit. I'm gonna be honest. Like you're 10 times bigger than me. That's
I
why
mean, he's just getting out there with a lot of stuff because, like, with my followers and everything, it's cool. But I just look at like bigger picture because, like, I don't really make a whole lot of anything off of my music because I'm nonprofit. Like, I do most of my stuff is like charity work, so
mm,
all my streams go to a charity. So I'm not like like booming out here where I want to be kind of like raising above myself right now. So I
of
look at it
course.
in the sense of where it's like I feel like I sound bad, like I'm shitting on myself, but at the same time, it's just whenever you get to where you want to be, you're looking forward. So you're looking at the next place you want to be. So you don't really appreciate where you at. And
Yeah.
I do that a lot.
That's what I feel like. Another factor is like For me, I gotta appreciate where I'm at because I look back maybe 2, 3 months ago, like I'm still like nobody, but at the same time, 2, 3 months ago, I was only having 2 average listeners every time. But now I'm over like 10 or 11 now over the 2 month span. So in a way, like I just look back and go like I'm gonna keep on going because I was only at 2, now I'm at 11. So I'm gonna keep on pushing and grinding and all this so I could get to 50, then 100, then 500, then and keep on going and constantly push myself.
Exactly, and that's what I gotta keep on. Like I gotta constantly remind myself of like little stuff like that because it's a lot you have to be grateful for because
Of
that's actually a really big deal.
course it is. You just always got to be thankful for like what you have and just look at other people and go like I have more. Not that sounds so fucked up, but in a way it's
No,
like
yeah, I get what you're saying.
yeah, you get probably get what I'm saying. So do you have anything else you want to share about like music, how you're rapping, and all that stuff?
No, I'm good. Whatever you got.
Because this is like a segment that I usually do with every single one of my guests where they share a teenage story from what's it called their teenage years. And yeah, just, if you have any, just share some or one.
Um,
It can be
my
about
teenage
anything.
years. One of the biggest L's that I took my senior year of high school was I was already doing music and it was kind of sort of working, so I kind of sort of had like a little bit of money.
Mm.
And the girl that I was dating, both of us we were both very awful in the relationship. So at one point I was really bad and I wanted to make up for it, and she had cracked her phone. So I said I'm gonna go get her a brand new phone. So I found this guy on Facebook that was selling a phone, and it was like whatever the newest iPhone was. So I drove like an hour to go get it, and when I got there, he was living in an apartment complex, and something told me like, yo, if I'm walking here, I need to leave like important stuff. So I left my phone, I left my keys, and like important stuff like that in my car.
Mm.
And I turned like the corner, like not even like a whole minute walk away from my car, and I got jumped by like 4 dudes.
Oh.
Beat the absolute shit out of me. I'm confident I took like 2 guys. Like I got some good hits in it first and I kind of handled it. But then like, 4 dudes versus one, you're not
Yeah,
gonna
you're
come
not
out on
gonna win.
top.
No shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm no John Wick, but I handled for like a good little like solid minute. I was okay. And then I just kind of like just had to take it, and they took all the money that I had, and I didn't really have nothing in my pocket, but they took my shoes because it was like the first Kanye West shoes came out, and I put all of my everything into getting them. And yeah,
That's so
so
unfortunate.
that was a major L, and the biggest L of it was when I had to like my drive home. I got home, and she texted me, "Did you get the phone?" And I said, "No, I got jumped. They took my money." And then she said, "So you didn't get the phone?" And she sent like a mad face, like not a mad face, but like the emoji with like the straight line mouth, like just the blank
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, I know
And
what you mean.
it was like, damn, you didn't even care.
That's just so like fucked how like you went through all that and she's just like just starts to get mad at you. She's not even understanding.
Yeah, that was like a year and a half into our relationship, and we still went like another year and a half.
Oh yeah, that I feel like I thought she was gonna like once you said that when she said that mad, I thought she was gonna leave or break up. You know what I mean?
Well, close.
Close?
We broke up for like 6 months right there. We were still kind of close, but she got a whole nother boyfriend, and I dated around, but we were still close, and
Uh
then we got back together. So like we kind of was but yeah,
yeah, I under yeah,
that was a
that's
major L.
probably one of the fattest sales of your life, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, it was, but now like her best friend in high school was Kay, and now me and Kay are, like
That thing.
almost
Or dating.
married. So
I'm
I assume I won.
yeah, you did win. You did win at the end of the day because it's like she's I don't even know where she's at, whatever she's doing, but you're probably more successful than her, and then you have a happy relationship with her ex best friend or best friend. I don't know. So
So hopefully I won.
no, you definitely did win. So
I'll take that, dog.
yeah. So this mainly wrap it up for this episode, unless you want to share anything else.
No, just look, follow me on Instagram.
Yeah, I was about to say that you could promote your shit right now wherever they could find you. Just say anything.
Well, my name is Cervon Campbell on all platforms, and anywhere you get your music, I should be there.
All right. So that's all you gotta say for the promoting. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All
That's
right.
it.
Please go support them. And guys, you guys know what to do. Please, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, subscribe, like, and do all that shit. And if you guys are listening on Spotify and all that, this podcast is on every single podcast platform except for Pandora. They're being a little bitch and not accepting my review. But other than that, hope you guys enjoy this episode. Have a nice day, everybody.